And shortly, if you can introduce yourself, it will be nice. Of course, Anuj Shankar Prabhu means he is well known to all of us. He is my friend. So you don't require an introduction of Indra Anuj Prabhu, Anuj Shankar. But still, to bring up auspiciousness, I would request you to speak a couple of words so that we can begin with auspicious note. Indra Anuj Prabhu, Anuj Shankar, please. Please unmute yourself. Volume is not able to hear. Volume. Can you speak, Prabhuji? We're not able to hear you.
Is voice clear now?
Now it's clear. Yeah, now we can speak.
So this is very nice that His Grace Kamalochan Prabhu has taken out his valuable time. He's a very busy person in his ISKCON and spearheading various movements, and he has taken out time, and it's the special mercy of Vaishnav for all of us that we are involved in Hari Katha, which is very, you can say, durlabh, because in this age of Kali Yuga, you can get a lot of kutsang, but not satsang. So I humbly request all my friends to join this group. And let me tell you, His Grace Kamalochan Prabhu is one of the very renowned scholars in the whole of ISKCON. He gives classes on Bhagavad Gita and so many granthas in our VHIE and other places. So I also thought of this Bhagavad Gita classes sometimes to be discussed among our DMETians. This is for our advancement. Bhagavad Gita is actually managing your life. It's life management program. We learn everything in our DMET and other else places, but we have not learned how to manage our life. That is why we can see after so many years of enjoying and after so many years of gathering lots of knowledge, still in our personal life, we can understand that life is a bit in doldrums. So you will get a new insight, you will get a new beginning in your life if you understand Bhagavad Gita, and that is for the betterment of your life. And thank you so much. All glories to our spiritual master, His Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to Kamalochan Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you very much, bro, for joining and giving some inspirational words. So I request Anuj Kumar Singh ji, please introduce yourself. I just want to know which batch are you from, so that I'm please on your video and then your audio also, and then you please speak. Arun Kumar.
Good morning, Prabhu. Arun Kumar, my name is Arun Kumar Singh. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the video part of it. Due to a very poor this thing, I won't be able to
no problem.
Come on this thing.
No problem.
I'm from 69 passed out, and sorry, the 69 entry, 73 passed out batch.
Oh, you're my senior.
And I have been actively involved in teaching the cadets in IMU now as a faculty on contract. And it's a great honor for me to visit my alma mater every day, which I consider to be as good as my mother. So it's so nice to join you all over here.
Yeah, nice. Thank you very much.
Group. And I will be again about within half an hour leaving for the institute, but all the while I will be there with the group and listening to you all.
Thank you very much. Very nice. So, and we have Deepak Gupta ji. Can you speak a few words, introduce yourself, which batch you're from? Okay, I'm not able to get. Yeah, please speak.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Myself, Deepak Gupta, 2009 pass out batch.
Oh,
Presently, I'm in Indian Railways.
okay. Oh, railways.
Yes.
From shipping to railways.
Actually, I was attached with ISKCON in the 2008 and 9 with Kolkata ISKCON.
Okay.
And then I was in railway. And here Mumbai also, I'm frequently going to the Girgaon Chowpatty temple. And for God's grace, just now, I yesterday on the occasion of Kartik Purnima, I completed my Govardhan Parikrama.
Oh, very good.
And attached with you today morning. It's God's blessing.
Very nice to hear that many of DAPD pass outs are somehow or other directly, indirectly connected with ISKCON. Very interesting to know. It's nice to create a community of devotees who are connected with ISKCON, pass outs of the pass out of the meeting. And very interesting to know from shipping to railways. Maybe during our time, it was the only focus just on shipping. That's all, nothing else.
It's all Hari Ichha.
Very nice. Next, can we hear from Sudesh Kumarji? Can you speak? Introduce yourself.
Hare Krishna, good morning. I'm in office now, so I can only listen your voice. And very nice to hear from you and Anushankarji. And I'm DMT 92 pass out, working in Hong Kong, LNG terminal. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. And Sanjay Kumar Tyagi ji, please, my friend, for so many years, speak a couple of words before we start so that everybody knows who are there.
Myself, Sanjay Kumar Tyagi, your batchmate, 94 pass out. And I belong to Meerut. And I am spiritual since birth, like my forefathers also were spiritual. And what should I say in brief, like the person should remember God 24 hours, like while working also. He should keep in the mind God while working also. That the person should be like that. Then everything will be all right.
Nice.
That is all. Like, what else you want to know? you know everything all.
Introducing yourself, and it will be nice and that you are encouraging everyone to join. Though some may join, may not join, but we have done our duty of inviting people to join. And we have Nihar Patnaik ji. Can you please speak? You have been very active on the DMET Adhyatma group, but still I'd like to hear from you. Introduce you.
Hari Om, good morning to everyone. I am Nishitmaya Patnaik. I'm 96 pass out from DMET. Regarding Gita, because I come from Orissa, normally since childhood there is some amount of reciting in every home. So from my mother, from my grandfather, I learned a few slokas. But I never knew the importance of all these things. Still, I faced problems when I grew up and then married life and all these things. So when I started diving deep into it, and I was never a person who used to do that regular puja, and I never liked that. So, but slowly I understood that why these things are important, and then why chanting should be done, why scripture should be read. Still, it's an ongoing journey, and with Kamal coming into the group, it has been a great help. He gave me the link to Bhakti Vayu course. It's amazing from that uh, South India place. I forget. The course is really very nice. It has been helping me. So I look forward to getting a lot of inputs today and in the course.
Wonderful, wonderful. Nice to.
Yoga.
Actually, I was so happy that you're managing that TMET Adhyatma group and many participants also there. At least some spiritual talk is going on among our TMET people. Let's say, even to a little bit of interest in spirituality, that actually sparks the life in everyone. And to get these DMET people on the board of spirituality, on board spirituality, is not so easy. But somehow a spark is there. Very nice. So we have Smitaji. I think your Deven Rathod's is there, your flashmate. Can you speak a couple of words, Smitaji?
हेलो सर, आई मीन प्रभु जी।
Yeah.
एक्चुअली क्या मैं हिंदी में बात कर सकती हूँ?
Yeah, बोलिए हिंदी में बोलिए।
जी जी। एक्चुअली हम कंफर्टेबल हैं हिंदी बोलने में क्योंकि मेरा प्रोफेशन ऐसा है।
कोई
तो
प्रॉब्लम हिंदी में।
हाँ, मैंने इस्कॉन के बहुत सारे वीडियोस देखे हैं। डायरेक्टली मैंने जूम के थ्रू मीटिंग के थ्रू मैंने पहली बार ज्वाइन किया है और मुझे वीडियोस पसंद है, बट मेरे पास बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस भी हैं। तो क्या क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन होगा?
ये पूरा सेशन में सबसे महत्वपूर्ण जो है ना क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन ही है। था तो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा। मैं जो बोलूंगा महत्व है, जो आप प्रश्न पूछेंगे वो ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण
जी।
ये बात है। रहेगा हम थोड़ा सा ज्यादा, मेरा लंबा प्रवचन कथा जैसा नहीं रहेगा, प्रश्नोत्तरी
जी सर, वही चाहिए मुझे। थैंक यू।
आप देवन राठौड़ की पत्नी हैं?
आशीष कुमार से।
आशीष कुमार, अच्छा अच्छा,
जी।
और विकास जी, कैन यू इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ? विकास?
Prabhuji, good morning.
Good morning.
Prabhuji, my name is Vikas. I'm DBT 9498, and I joined through the link shared by Mr. Harinder Pudar. So, yes, my family has been into meditation, and my kids have also been doing Gita classes in Dubai.
Oh, very good.
But somehow I was left out in this journey. So I thought this is a good platform, good opportunity to join.
Thanks.
And my wife is also here with me. So
wonderful.
I just started a bit late. So she'll also be joining the sessions with me.
Nice.
And like Sudhaji asked about the question answer. So definitely there's a lot in this world. There are a lot of things going on inside. So this is a good opportunity to cleanse ourselves.
Yes. So we'll start our session with a small prayers. It's called Mangalacharan, and I'll be chanting few mantras, and then we'll go over to this today's topic, that is introduction to Bhagavad Gita. Om Ajnana Virandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadameham Dadati Swapadam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapadagabalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Satrajatam Sahaganaganatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganarita Shishakanitamsya Namam Vishnapadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Kinamaya Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvise Srimani Paschat Padeshikarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So let us start our session with a very interesting subject. That is, many of us think that Bhagavad Gita or spirituality is meant for those who are in some mathas or those who are renounced, it is after sannyas, etc. But they don't understand that Bhagavad Gita is a textbook for life. It is meant for everyone, irrespective of who is there in any ashram. I was seeing in one of the chats in the DMT 94 batch group, one of my friend, he mentioned, Tyagiji, are you going to take Vanaprastha? That is why you're attending this course and asking us to attend the course. And one more person, he said that I will take up this Bhagavad Gita course or Bhagavad Gita thing after retirement. So people have this in mind that Bhagavad Gita and spirituality is for post-retirement of when I give up my job and our responsibilities are over, etc. But that is not the fact. Why? Because the first student of Bhagavad Gita is Arjuna. And Arjuna wanted to give up his responsibilities. It was Krishna who reminded him that you have to take up your responsibility, the spirit of devotion. So Bhagavad Gita makes us to take up responsibility. It is meant for responsible people. It is not a post-retirement study. It is a desperate need for all of us and every one of us, with whichever position you are in. So this is one of the biggest stigma which people have in mind, that Bhagavad Gita is meant for renounced people only. That is wrong, because if Bhagavad Gita is meant for only renounced people or those who are in the mathas or sannyasis, the first student of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, is a grihastha. He had 4 wives. Not only is a grihastha, but he is a king, most responsible person. If Bhagavad Gita is meant for only renounced people, or if Bhagavad Gita is meant to make a person renounced, then why was Arjuna chosen for the Bhagavad Gita as a student of Bhagavad Gita, the first student of Bhagavad Gita? He is a responsible person, and he wanted to give the responsibility. And here Krishna is inspiring Arjuna to take up the responsibility and with the spirit of devotion. So this is the first thing which people have in mind, that let us delete this in mind. Let us be convinced that this Bhagavad Gita is a textbook for life. It is not meant for certain people. Now you may say that Kamal Lochan Das and Indranuj Das, K.K. Kiran, he was such a, he could have earned a lot of money and he could have been in the shipping, and he has renounced because he studied Bhagavad Gita. He gave up his job. It is wrong. I did not give up my job because I studied Bhagavad Gita. I gave up my job because I wanted to teach Bhagavad Gita. So just because somebody reads Bhagavad Gita, that doesn't mean they'll give up their job. That doesn't mean that they'll give up their responsibilities. No, we require some people to teach. That is why we accept the monk's order. It doesn't mean that you cannot teach without being a monk. You can be a monk. You can be in your family life and you can teach Bhagavad Gita too. You can be a teacher. Many of our acharyas, they were in the Grahastha Ashrama and then taught the Bhagavad Gita. So let us remove this stigma from the mind that Bhagavad Gita is only meant for renounced people or meant for renunciation. Both. It is not. It is neither meant for renunciation, neither it is meant only for the renounced people. If that would have been the case, Arjuna would have not been the first student of Bhagavad Gita, and neither Arjuna would have, Krishna would have asked Arjuna, oh, very nice, you're renouncing, go get lost now, give up everything. But actually he brought back Arjuna to his senses. The second point about the Bhagavad Gita, or misunderstanding of the Bhagavad Gita, is the thing that Bhagavad Gita was practical 5,000 years back. But now in the modern age, why we require Bhagavad Gita? And we require something else now. No, it is not like that. Life is the same thing. Things may change around us, but the soul, the life, the emotions, they are the same. Now, how to conduct our life? The Bhagavad Gita is a textbook for life. All the textbooks may change. The science textbooks have changed. The engineering, what we studied 25 years back, is not the same. Now, if you want to work in a ship, if you have to be more into electronics rather than mechanical, more into computers rather than mechanical, because it has evolved. But Bhagavad Gita is a textbook for life. All the subjects, what we will study, they will all change because they are material. But Bhagavad Gita being a spiritual book, it is practical today. It was practical 5,000 years back. And it's practical even 5,000 years later also. You don't have to change. Because if at all there is anything practical in this world, it is the Bhagavad Gita. Because everybody is living life. Somebody may be engineer, somebody may be doctor, somebody may be a housewife, somebody may be anybody. But everybody is a human. Everybody is a soul. That is a fact. So Bhagavad Gita cannot change because it talks about life. I may have a different textbook because I'm a medical student. You may have a different textbook because you're an engineering student. Somebody may be a commerce student. You may have a different textbook. But everybody, what is common to everyone is that they are humans. They are living entities. So the textbook, what is the common textbook for everyone? It is life. So what is the practical? Some people say Bhagavad Gita is impractical. No, if at all there is anything practical in this world, that is the Bhagavad Gita. Because it talks about life and we are living life every second. So it is like a manual for all of us. So the second misconception which people have, that Bhagavad Gita is not practical. So this practicality is not there. It is only just a book of knowledge. No, it is not just a book of knowledge. It is a book of practicality. It is a guide for us in every step of our life, in every second in our life. So it's a manual for us to lead our life. Like we have engine room manual. Suppose there is some problem in the engine, then we refer to the manual. I remember in the ship we had this full books, manual. When you have the manuals, as soon as some problem comes, they refer to the engineers, refer to the manual, and then rectify the problem. The same way, Bhagavad Gita is the manual for our life. It is not just meant for somebody who is in the Himalayas. No, it is meant for a person who is actually fighting the war of life. It is not easy to live. Even though one may be very rich, they make a lot of money, they have made nice, wonderful properties, but still it is not easy to live because emotions are involved. Family, children, your bosses, your juniors, you are in relationships, interactions are there. Just because a lot of money is there, that doesn't mean life is easy. Life is actually something different from what we are thinking about. Life requires guidance. When some mishap happens, some family problem happens, who is going to guide you? Who is going to help you at that time? Which manual will help you when there is a family problem? If there is an engine room, there is an engine problem, you will refer to the manual. The same way, when you have family problem, who will you refer to? When you have problems in life, that is the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita helps us to actually manage ourselves, know about life, manage our life. So whoever has made the engine, whoever made the ship, they make the manual. It is not made by somebody else. Who has the right to make the manual of a ship or engine? The person or the company which has created the engine, only they have the right to make the manual. That manual is actually authentic. Now, what about life? Who can make the manual of life? There's only God who can make the manual of life, because he's the person who created this world and we are created by him. So only he has the right to make the manual. There are so many courses happening on life management, skill and that and this, leadership, all these things, but actually they're all not, because they have no authority to talk about life because they are not the creator of life. If you have a Sulzer engine, BMW cannot make a manual for it, because it is made by Sulzer. The same way, one who has created, he has the right and authority to make the manual, but one who has created life, he has the authority to create the manual for life. So just because somebody is giving a talk on life management skills, he has to know what is life. He has to consult who has created life. He himself doesn't exist after 100 years. He was not there 100 years back. So what right he has got to speak about life? So it is only God who has the right to speak about life and give a manual for life, because it is he who has created the life. And it is the most practical thing, because we are living life every second. Like we have one of our friend who was in DMA. He is trained in shipping. Now he is in railways. So his manuals have changed, education has changed. But what has not changed? Person as a person, life has not changed. So this one Bhagavad Gita is a book, is a textbook which we have to keep with us throughout life. We studied 10th standard, 8th standard. What happened? After we passed out in 8th standard, what we do with the textbook? We just dump the textbook somewhere else or give it to somebody else. We even forgot what is there in that. 9th standard, you gave the textbook. But one textbook which you cannot give up, because this Bhagavad Gita is a textbook which we cannot give up, because it is a manual for all of us. Why? What is the problem? In spite of all our affluent jobs, good positions, nice houses, best of the cars, best of the gadgets, why our life is in a mess? Why we are not happy? The only reason why we are not happy is because we are not consulting the manual. If you operate an engine without studying the manual for the engine, what will happen? We'll spoil that engine. We'll spoil that machine. As much as without following the instructions in the manual, without knowing the manual, if you operate the machine, we spoil the machine. In the same way, without operating, without studying the manual for life, if you operate our life, we'll spoil our life. We don't have to be a very big philosopher. हमको बहुत बड़ा दार्शनिक होने की आवश्यकता नहीं है, बहुत ज्यादा बुद्धिमान होने की आवश्यकता नहीं है. We don't have to be. Simple logic. A manual पढ़े बिना, without studying the manual, if you operate an engine, if you operate a machine, you will spoil the machine. The same way, if you operate our life without studying the manual for life, then we'll spoil the machine, we'll spoil our life. That is why Bhagavad Gita is the most practical thing. It is a manual guide for us to how to live our life. So don't relate Bhagavad Gita only to those who have shaved their heads or those who have beards. No, it is meant for every person. Now, somebody may ask, you are a DMT graduate, and how are you in this time, shave your head, looking something different? No, it is a dress of a teacher, that's all. We have accepted this dress for teaching Bhagavad Gita. It is not that only those who are like this are following Bhagavad Gita. It is a wrong notion. So that thing I want to clear from all of your minds, that Bhagavad Gita is meant for everyone. If the Bhagavad Gita is not meant for everyone, why would you at all endeavor to talk about this thing to you, all of you? Why at all there will be the acharyas have spoken? If it is only meant for monks, why they have written the Bhagavad Gita and wanted the Bhagavad Gita to be accepted by all the grihasthas, all those who are married people? Why they would do that? If it is only meant for them, is it that they want everybody to be a monk? It is not possible. It is not possible. The world system is designed that only very, very few of them, they would be renounced. And 99.99% they will be in the family life. So Bhagavad Gita was taught to Arjuna to show that Bhagavad Gita is meant for the household people. It is meant for the responsible people. It is not meant to give responsibility, rather take up responsibility in a proper consciousness. Take up responsibility with the mode of devotion. So by this, let us start today's first point. That is very interesting. We have done enough advertisement about this course. Our Tyagiji he was hell bent on everybody should attend this course. I knew that only few would join, and those who showed interest, only few would join. I knew that. I was expecting actually 5 people to join. And I'm so happy that we have more than 10 who have joined and more than 20 who showed interest. My expectations are really realistic. After, say, 25 years in this movement, my expectations are quite realistic. So why only few have joined? Few could not join because of some circumstances, but they also wanted to join. What is that one reason? That one reason for which most of us have joined this course, even I attended this course, I'm taking this course, is very much highlighted by our Smitaji. She told, I have a lot of questions. That is why I joined this course. And that makes us human. Human life starts with inquiry. अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा. मनुष्य जीवन प्रारंभ होता है जब प्रश्न पूछने की जिज्ञासा होती है. मैं जानना चाहता हूं, मैं जानना चाहती हूँ, मेरे मन में बहुत प्रश्न हैं. जब हमारे मन में ये जिज्ञासा उत्पन्न होती है, मैं जानना चाहती हूँ, मैं जानना चाहता हूँ, तब से मनुष्य जीवन प्रारंभ होता है. The human life starts with this inquiry. When somebody has a desire to inquire. अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा. अतः ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा. अतः to अथा सर्वे. What is the meaning of the word first atha? Meaning of the first atha? Now. Abhi means what? What is the meaning of now? You got 2 legs now. Since you have 2 legs, you look like a human. Your akriti is like that of a human. आकृति मीन्स द फॉर्म. आपका आकृति जो है, आपका रूप मनुष्य जैसा है, क्योंकि आपको मनुष्य जन्म प्राप्त हुआ है. यू हैव गॉट अ ह्यूमन लाइफ. सो व्हाट यू शुड डू? अतः therefore what to do? Jigyasa, inquire. See, the animals, they don't have the capacity to inquire. We have the capacity to inquire. I want to know. The spirit to know, that I want to know. That is where the human life starts from. See, Bhagavad Gita, it has been there for 5,000 years. And it has been revered around the world. I will tell a small experience because you're all from shipping industry. I was working in my second ship was a tramp. It was a bulk carrier. And we were in Singapore for bunkering. So I was, as a 4th engineer, I was from the ship side, and the bunkering side person was also there. We were just sitting because bunkering was happening, transfer was happening. So it was a Filipino person. He asked me question, are you Indian or Pakistan? Because we look the same. And I was so shocked that when I said I'm an Indian, that this Filipino, he asked an interesting question. He says, do you know Bhagavad Gita? I was shocked. It's this Filipino, and he's asking me, do you know Bhagavad Gita? So I was wondering at the time that the whole world is expecting that Indians means they know Bhagavad Gita. Though most of them don't know, but the whole world is expecting this thing. That because you are born in India, they are expecting something special. They are not expecting any other thing because they have all other things. They have seen everything, all the kinds of enjoyment and whatever you may say, suffering you may say. They all expect. But when you are an Indian, they expect that you know something which the world doesn't know. So how you should know, especially being born in India, being a Bharatiya, we are supposed to be humans minimum. We say, oh, we are humans. Just because we look like humans, we cannot call ourselves humans. Just because we look like it. I'll give a small example. Sometimes when the mother is frustrated with the child, because the child is not studying, not able to perform well in the examination, then the mother would tell the child, Gada khaika. Now, why the mother is telling her own child Gada? Not because he has 4 legs. Because though he looks like a human, he is acting like a Gada. He is acting like a donkey. That is why she says he's donkey, though look like a human. So just because we have a akriti means the form of a human, that doesn't mean we are humans. Our kriti means actions. Actions should be human. Then only we can be called as human. What is the first action? Is inquiry. I want to know. I want to know something which is beyond my human intelligence. I want to inquire what exactly is material nature. I want to inquire. Atha, since now you have got a human life of life, start inquiring. Therefore, you should inquire. The animals also inquire, but their inquiry is restricted to 4 things. Ahara nidra bhaya metunam cha samanya metat pashubit naranam dharmo hi ekodhiko vishesho dharmena vihina pashubit samanaha. Very interesting verse from Mahabharata. It's also in the Hitopadesha. This verse says that ahara, eating, nidra, sleeping, bhaya, defending, metunamcha, family life, all 4 are common for both humans and animals. We as humans, we're also eating. We as animals are also eating. And we as humans, we are also sleeping. Animals are also sleeping. Ahar, nidra, bhaya. And most importantly, we are all having security. The nation is secured by the military, by the army, and we have security for ourselves by bank, we put money, we lock our houses. Everybody wants security. So animals also have security, because you find another animal from the previous other road coming to this road, these dogs start barking and then drive away the dog. So our nidra, bhaya, metunamcha, family life. The animals also have family life. Humans also have family life. They also produce children. We also produce children. But what is the difference? If 4 activities of ahara, nidra, bhaya, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, if they are common for both animals and humans, what makes a human special? Why are we so special? The reason is we have a special quality within us, that is to inquire. The inquiry, the dharma, which is based on inquiry, that we have. That is why this verse says, dharmena vihina pashubir samana. Dharma means a set of rules and regulations which guide our life and which is based on reasoning. Many times people think dharma, कुछ लोग सोचते हैं धर्म मतलब भावुकता. धर्म का आधार है हमारी जिज्ञासा. Dharma is based on rational. Like when you are going on the road, there's a traffic jam. In the traffic jam, you get down from the car and then see why there's traffic jam. You see there's a big buffalo sitting exactly at the middle of the road. The police wala is trying to drive the buffalo out. But after driving the buffalo out, the police person will not make a challan of 500 rupees and tell the buffalo, since you have parked your car or your body at a wrong place, this is the 500 rupees challan. If you park your car at the wrong place, you will be fined, because the rules of the traffic rules are applicable to you as a human, not for the buffalo. So dharma means a set of rules which govern our life, and the rules are not whimsical. They are based on inquiry, based on logic and reasoning. So that is why, being a human, the first thing is to inquire. Ahar, nidra, bhaya, meitun, they are available for the animals. They are available for the animals and free of cost. Just imagine, for sleeping, the pig doesn't have to work 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day. A dog doesn't have to. It just sleeps peacefully. We, after working hard and making a nice apartment where we can sleep, we are not getting sleep. Just imagine. What the animals are getting free of cost, the humans are not able to get. They are paying, and in spite of paying that money, working hard for that, they are not able to get that sleep. People have to take sleeping pills. People have to take alcohol to sleep. One person met me, I can do anything but cannot give up alcohol. Why? I want to give it up but still I cannot. He says, until I said drink alcohol, I cannot sleep. Have you ever seen a pig telling that? Have you ever seen a dog telling that? You've not seen that. What does it mean? We have made our life worse than animals. What animals are getting free of cost, we are not even getting that after working hard. aha ridra bhayavetanam cha samanya vedat prakshuvatnana taranam dharmo hi ekodi ko vishesho. If you remove dharma from a human, that human is pashubir samana. Just imagine, if you are living with 5 dogs or 10 dogs, can you be happy? You can never be happy. Just imagine you are living with some few pigs, you cannot be happy because your species is different, their species is different. It is not possible. So you may say, I am living with about few humans, but actually they are humans only when they inquire. When there is a dhatu brahma jigyasa. That is the first verse of the Vedanta Sutra. It starts with this aphorism. That is sutra is known as in English, sorry, aphorism. It says, atha brahma jigyasa. Now start inquiring into higher lanes of existence. And that is where your human life starts. Now a question may arise. What is the question? That if I have to inquire, what should I inquire? There are so many subject matters for inquiry. Anything which can come in your mind, you have any question come to your mind, it has an answer in the Bhagavad Gita. It has an answer. You don't have to go anywhere else. It has an answer. Every question has an answer. Every question of our regarding our life has an answer in the Bhagavad Gita. Though there are hundreds and thousands of millions of questions, unlimited questions may arise, but all the questions are categorized into 2 sections. So we should inquire. Being a human, inquiry should be based on these 2 subject matters. Number 1, what is the goal of life? Goal of life. They say it's too philosophical for me. Goal of life, जीवन का लक्ष्य क्या है? तो बहुत दूर की बात है, हमको नहीं चाहिए. But still, it is important. Why? It is as important as when you sit in the car or when you start the engine of a ship, the captain should know where is he going to go, what is the destination, then only he can make the map. If he doesn't know where the ship is supposed to go, what is the use of starting the engine? What is the use of the ship? So you should know the destination of the ship. The same way, if you are living life, there should be a destination for life. There should be a goal. हमारा जीवन का उद्देश्य ही नहीं मालूम है तो जीने का क्या फायदा? हम अगर गाड़ी में बैठे हुए हैं और चला रहे गाड़ी को, कहाँ जाना है वही नहीं मालूम है तो गाड़ी चलाने का क्या उद्देश्य है? गाड़ी चलाने का कोई उद्देश्य ही नहीं बनता, गाड़ी चलाने का कोई पर्पस नहीं बनता. इसी प्रकार जीवन जी रहे हैं तो उसका लक्ष्य, गाड़ी चला रहे हैं तो उसका लक्ष्य. अगर हम if the engine is working, if the ship is moving, there is a destination. Okay. Hey, wait, are you? Yeah. Okay. It is a destination for it. Everything is a destination. Every object is a destination. Your human should have a destination. So we should know what is the goal of life. And this is the first inquiry, knowing the goal of life. The second inquiry. Somebody may say, oh, goal of life and all is too philosophical. I just want to be happy. Second question is this. In spite of all my endeavors to become happy, why am I suffering? मैं क्यों दुखी हूँ? तो बोला मैं तो सुखी हूँ. Everybody knows. Moment you give a call to a person, you say, how are you? Fine, thank you. You speak for him for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes बात करो, उसके बाद निकलेगी काम में सब ठीक है, लेकिन but starts. So this is the problem, that is the problem. Actually, everybody in this world is suffering. You may say, no, I know some people are happy. Yeah, I'm very happy. Okay. Just imagine. The happiness what we are getting, is it worth the struggle what we are doing for? It's not. Anandamaya Bisat. The soul is supposed to be happy by itself. But we are trying to become happy. But we are not. Every time we try to become happy, we expect, oh, this will happen, this होगा, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन, पूरा है विश्वास. But किस दिन? In the childhood, I used to see the TV at the time. There was one song which used to come in the Doordarshan channel. Hum honge kamyab ek din. I used to wonder, kis din bata do? Tell one date, and I'll wait for it. Maybe 10 years, 12 years, 15 years. No, it's going on. There's a nice example which is given of a donkey. There's a donkey, and this donkey thought, my owner, he's just taking work out of me like anything. But this person is not giving me my favorite thing to eat. He's giving just dry grass. I like carrot a lot. So the donkey thought, let me take one leave, or let me go on strike. The donkey went on strike. The next day, the dhobi came, started beating the donkey. Do your work. He put a lot of load on the donkey. The donkey said, no, I will not go. So then the dhobi knew this donkey likes the carrot. So what he did was, he dangled the carrot in front of the donkey and tied a rod and dangled the carrot in front of the mouth of the donkey. The donkey thought, yes, now I have got my strike is successful. I got my carrot. So it went ahead, beat the carrot, but the carrot also went ahead because it was tied to the pole, which was tied to the donkey's back, and it was dangling in front of the mouth of the donkey. Then the donkey thought, aur ek kadam, one more, aur ek kadam, mujhe wo carrot mil jayega, gajar mil jayega. One more step, I can get it. But this donkey was foolish. He doesn't know that the carrot is tied, is dangling only. It is not going to get the carrot. Same way, our life. We have kept a carrot to ourselves. I'll become happy. And you go further, the happiness also goes further. You go further, the happiness also goes further. Whole life we work hard to get that happiness, but you're not going to get it. So we should inquire. When you want to get something, you should inquire about it, where you can get, how you can get it. So, why am I suffering? This becomes the second inquiry. First is, what is the goal of life? This is the first inquiry. And the second inquiry is, why am I suffering? So we ask, hey, you are all negative people. These sadhus and spirituality, you speak so much of negativity. Let us ask a question, how I can become happy? Why you should ask a question, why am I suffering? I want to become happy, forget about suffering. But here lies a very interesting point. You have two questions in front of you. How can I become happy? Number one, why am I suffering? Out of these two questions, everybody thinks, let us be positive and let us inquire how to become happy, rather than inquire why am I suffering? Here, the most important question is, why am I suffering? Why? I'll tell you the reason. When you go to a doctor, the doctor, what does he do? He diagnoses the disease. He first sees what is the disease, what is the problem. Why are you suffering? Why are you diseased? When the diagnosis is done, then only you can actually think about the solution for it. Without diagnosis, if you treat the disease, what is happening? The disease will become more and more, it will multiply. Without knowing the reason for suffering, if you try to become happy, the suffering increases. If you don't know the disease, if you go on taking medicines, the disease increases. And that is what is exactly happening in this world. Without knowing the cause of suffering, we are trying to become happy and trying out so many things in our life to become happy. And every endeavor to make ourselves happy is making us suffer. The reason is this. The reason is we don't know the cause of suffering. So the real inquiry should be the cause of suffering. When the cause of suffering is known, every endeavor for happiness will become perfect. Without knowing the cause of suffering, every endeavor for happiness will be the cause of suffering. As much as without knowing the disease, every endeavor to become okay, every tablet what you take, every injection you take, it is going to increase, complicate your disease. Just imagine somebody has some common cold. He doesn't know it's common cold. And the doctor says, So he thinks that I've got some malaria. He takes a malaria tablet for a common cold. What will happen? Even though it is a very good medicine, means very powerful medicine, but it is not for common cold. What will happen? That tablet, what you have taken, it makes your life more miserable. So first understand or try to know the cause of suffering. So these are the two inquiries in life. मेरा जीवन का लक्ष्य क्या है और मेरा दुख का कारण क्या है? Why? What is the goal of life and what is the cause of suffering? These are the two prime inquiries in life. When we inquire, and that is how human life starts. मनुष्य जीवन प्रारंभ होता है. कब प्रारंभ होता है? जब हम ये दो प्रश्न पूछेंगे. ये दो प्रश्न के अंतर्गत ही सारे प्रश्न आते हैं. जितने भी प्रश्न आपके मन में हैं जीवन के विषय में, whatever questions may arise in your mind, they're
Goal
all
of the life.
categorized into two sections.
Goal of the life should be get the moksha.
Yeah, I'll come back to that. You will have a question and answer session. At that time, we'll have. We're going to, in 5 minutes, we'll have a question and answer session. So now, the goal of life. These are two prime inquiries. Somebody may ask a question: where should I inquire from? Where should I inquire? For that, it's a very technical subject here. Not too technical. We should know the source of knowledge. When I'm asking a question, then I require the answer. Where should I get the answer from? Where should I get the knowledge from? If I'm getting the knowledge from the senses, sense perception, pratyaksha pramana. This pratyaksha pramana, the sense knowledge through sense perception is imperfect. You name a subject in this world which is written or the knowledge given by humans. They have 4 defects. Number 1, imperfect senses. Because of the senses being imperfect, the knowledge gained by the senses are similarly imperfect. And everybody in this world is subject to illusion. Subject to illusion means, like sometimes you take a glass of water and then put a straw in it, in full water. That straw seems to be bent, but it is not bent. That means what? Our eyes are illusory. It is having illusion, tendency to be illusion. Imperfect senses, tendency to be illusion, propensity to cheat and be cheated. Just see, everybody in this world is cheating and getting cheated. You may say, I'm not cheating, but you are getting cheated. Entire advertisement industry, what is this? You may say it is information. It is not information. It is just meant to make a fool out of you. What does advertisement talk about? It is going to, the advertisement is meant to convince you to buy something which is not required for you. You're quite happy and peaceful without that thing which is being shown in the advertisement. You're quite happy. But still it puts in mind, oh, if I get that, I'll be happy. You already have a car and they say the new car with these features, and they get into your psychology. They make a fool out of you and says, what car you have is old, it is redundant. You buy this thing with new features. But then you work hard again. There's a big cheating industry. There's advertising. Advertising industry is a big cheating industry. So cheating propensity and being cheated. This is the third defect. The fourth defect is that is everyone in this world is to err, tendency to commit mistakes. You cannot say that a person has not done any mistake in his life. So somebody may write a book of knowledge, but because it is written by a human, they will be mistaken. Big scientists, when they make a big theory, they themselves say these are the limitations of this theory. They say the science is evolving. Yes, good. Why it should evolve? Because it is imperfect. If it is something perfect, why evolution? There is no requirement of evolution. The constitution of the country, it changes, it evolves because it is not perfect. No knowledge which is perceived through the senses are perfect. So the real knowledge or perfect knowledge neither can be gained by Anumana Pramana, means by your intuition or by your intelligence and logic, because ultimately it is human. And the input for the Anumana Pramana or the inference is also Pratyaksha, senses. That is why the only perfect source of knowledge is Veda, Shabda Pramana. So this is where the real Bhagavad Gita course starts from. When we accept this point that the perfect source of knowledge is Veda, any other source of knowledge will have imperfection, will have deficiency, and is subject to change. Vedas don't change because they are perfect source of knowledge. The moment we say Veda, we think that this Veda means spiritual knowledge. Material knowledge will be from mind. No. The Vedic literatures, they give both spiritual and material knowledge. Rather, 99% of the Vedic literatures are material knowledge only. Spiritual knowledge is only some part, only one part. Of course, the most essential part. So let us come to understand that what these Vedic literatures are and give more time for question answer session. There are two different distinct categories of knowledge in Veda. Number one is how to live in this world. That is called material knowledge. So let us have a proper understanding of material knowledge. Material knowledge means how to live in this world. Number two, the Vedic literatures also talk about how to get out of this world. That is called spiritual knowledge. Let us be very clear and have a very simple understanding of what is material knowledge and what is spiritual knowledge. Material knowledge means how to live in this world. Spiritual knowledge means how to get out of this world. You may say, why I should have both? I'll give you a small example. The purpose of getting into DMET is to get out of it. Purpose of getting into an engineering college is to get out of it. The purpose is not to stay there only. The same way, the purpose of getting into this world, getting into this life is to get out of it, not to stay here. So the Vedic literatures, they talk about both how to stay in this world, how to live in this world with the purpose of getting out of this world. Now, the Bhagavad Gita, what it has got to do with Veda? In the Vedic literatures, the main part of it is known as Upanishads. The Upanishads talk about how to get out of this world. Another section of the Vedas, the Karma Kanda section, the Upasana Kanda section of the Vedas, they talk about how to live in this world. The most important part is how to get out of this world. So Upanishads talk about it. And the Upanishads are 1,130 of them are there, out of which around 216 are available, and 108 are more prominent and 11 are most prominent. But to study them, it is impossible for us. बहुत मुश्किल है सब उपनिषद वगैरह पढ़ना. अगर किसी को इंटरेस्ट है पढ़ सकते हैं. लेकिन भगवान ने क्या किया? Krishna, out of great mercy, what he has done is he has summarized all the Upanishads in one book called Bhagavad Gita. Srila Shankaracharya, he says, Sarvo Upanishado Gao, Dogda Gopalandana Partho Vatsa Sudip Bhokta Dugdam Gitamritam Bhat. If you compare all the Upanishads to a cow, the essence of the cow is the milk. The same way, the essence of all the Upanishads is the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvo Upanishado Gavo, Dogda Gopalandana, Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta. The first person to get the cow milk is the calf. So Arjuna became the calf, Krishna became the cowherd, and Upanishads are the cow, and the milk is Bhagavad Gita, which is enjoyed by Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta, Dugdam Gitamritam Mahat. Gitamrita, the Amrita, the nectar of Bhagavad Gita, is relished by those who are Subuddhi, Sudhir Bhokta, pure intelligence. They actually relish the nectar of the Bhagavad Gita. So, if you read the Bhagavad Gita, if you study the Bhagavad Gita, you're actually studying the essence of all the Upanishads, which is the most important part of the Gita. That is why Srila Shankaracharya further says, Egam Shastram Devaki Putra Gita. Let there be one scripture, which is Devaki Putra Gita. The son of Krishna, son of Devaki, Krishna, spoke the Gita, that is Bhagavad Gita. If he has Bhagavad Gita, nothing else. So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to discuss the basic principles of Bhagavad Gita. There are 5 subject matters in Bhagavad Gita. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala and Karma. 5 विषय वस्तु, ईश्वर, जीव, प्रकृति, काल और कर्म. इसको बहुत सरल भाषा में समझने के लिए प्रयास करें. ईश्वर is God. जीव, who am I? Prakriti, what is this world all about? Kala, karma. Kala, that is this time. What is this time? Karma, कर्म क्या है? उसमें दूसरा विषय वस्तु, the second subject matter will be dealt with tomorrow, that is the science of soul. Who am I? मैं कौन हूँ? परसों भगवान का अस्तित्व है क्या, उसके अगले दिन चौथे दिन हम डिस्कस करेंगे, चर्चा करेंगे है कौन भगवान. और 5वें दिन की चर्चा होगी प्रकृति, काल, कर्म. कर्म का सिद्धांत क्या है, अच्छे लोग बुरा क्यों होता है, बुरे लोगों का अच्छा क्यों होता है, क्या कर्म का सिद्धांत क्या है, अगले जन्म है क्या, इत्यादि चीजों के विषय में 5वें दिन. ऑन द 5th डे, द 6th डे, प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन ऑफ भगवद गीता, इसके ऊपर चर्चा करेंगे. विल टॉक अबाउट इट, द प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन ऑफ भगवद गीता. सो नाउ आई एंड माय टॉक फॉर टुडे. Every day when we meet, I am going to speak for an hour or so, and then we'll have question answer session. Today we had long time for introductions, so we started late, and I request all of you to join tomorrow. Right? अभी हमारे पास जो समय बचा है 20 मिनट है बस. इस 20 मिनट में हम प्रश्न चर्चा करेंगे. Any questions, please do ask. Whatever comes to your mind, you can ask. जो भी आपके मन में आता है प्रश्न पूछेगा. आप अपने आप अनम्यूट करके पूछिए, नहीं तो आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक हाथ उठाइए. You speak, raise your electronic hand, and I can unmute you so that you can ask a question. Or you can unmute yourself and then ask a question. Please. प्रश्न पूछ सकते हैं, किसी के मन में कुछ भी जिज्ञासा हो.
मेरे मन में एक प्रश्न है.
हाँ.
मेरे को पूछना था कि इस्कॉन में लेडीज क्यों नहीं ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं फुल टाइम के लिए, या ब्रह्मचर्य क्यों नहीं फॉलो कर सकते हैं?
हाँ. ये इस्कॉन की बात नहीं है, ये शास्त्र का रीति है, शास्त्र का नियम है. इस्कॉन एक संस्था है, पहली बात जानने का. इस्कॉन एक संस्था है, गीता भागवत को प्रचार करने वाली संस्था है. तो इस्कॉन का आधार है गीता, भागवत और वेद. तो जो भी इस्कॉन में होता है वो उसका आधार गीता, भागवत. तो शास्त्रों में कहा गया है जो स्त्रियां होती हैं उनकी रक्षा होनी चाहिए. बचपन में पिता का रक्षा होना चाहिए, युवावस्था में विवाह के बाद पति का रक्षा होना चाहिए, और बड़े होने के बाद उनका जो बड़ा पुत्र होता है उसका रक्षा होना चाहिए. तो ये शास्त्र का नियम है, ये वैदिक नियम है. तो 3 अवस्थाएं हैं स्त्री का, बाल्यावस्था, युवावस्था, वृद्धावस्था. इन 3 अवस्थाओं में 3 रक्षक हैं. कौन है? पिता, पति, और अंततः कौन है? वो पुत्र. आजकल का समाज की अस्त व्यस्तता इतना तीव्र हो चुका है, इस वजह से वो रक्षा का जो फैक्टर है वो भूल गए. शोषण का फैक्टर रहा. शोषण कब होता है? जब एक स्त्री वो स्वतंत्र होती है. इसलिए ये जो नारी मुक्ति आंदोलन, वुमेन्स लिबरेशन मूवमेंट, स्त्री को स्वतंत्रता देने की जो विचार है वो शुद्ध विचार नहीं है. वो स्वतंत्र होगी तो हम उसको शोषण कर सकते. मैं सिद्धांत की बात कह रहा हूँ. तो ये बात ऐसा है कि इस्कॉन में हम 2 प्रकार के लोग हैं. एक साधु जैसे मठ में निवास करते हैं, वो ब्रह्मचारी हैं और इधर रहते हैं, और सन्यासी हैं, मंदिर के अंदर निवास करते हैं. उनका कोई भी अपना निजी संपत्ति नहीं रहता, उनका कोई मंदिर मठी देखभाल करता है उनको, जैसे हमारे जैसे. दूसरे हैं गृहस्थ. और शास्त्रों में स्त्रियों के लिए संन्यास का कोई प्रावधान नहीं है. आप बोलोगे क्यों, कारण क्या है? स्त्रियों का जो मानसिकता जो है, साइकोलॉजी जो है, वो थोड़ा भावुकता की ओर ज्यादा होता है. उनको इमोशनल केयर की आवश्यकता होती है. जिसका प्रावधान आश्रम में, संन्यास आश्रम में हो या ब्रह्मचारी आश्रम में नहीं होता। ये देखा गया ना, भावुकता किसमें ज्यादा रहता है, आपको तो मालूम है, आप तो स्त्री है, तो भावुकता स्वाभाविक तरीके से स्त्रियों में ज्यादा होता है। और उनका रिक्वायरमेंट जो है भावुकता को पूर्ण करने के लिए एक व्यवस्था की आवश्यकता होती है, वो है गृहस्थ आश्रम। इसलिए उनको गृहस्थ में ही रहना होगा, क्योंकि संन्यास आश्रम में और ब्रह्मचारी आश्रम में हमारी जो इमोशनल रिक्वायरमेंट है, भावनाओं की जरूरतें हो, भावुकता की जो संतुष्टि का जो हमारा लालसा होती है या हमारी जो रिक्वायरमेंट होता है, आवश्यकता होती है, उसका प्रावधान नहीं इनका, इट इज नो अरेंजमेंट फॉर इट इन दीज टू आश्रम, दैट इज व्हाई वो उस प्रकार का। तो कहीं भी हो ये इसका व्यवस्था। अभी मान लो किसी को निजी पारिवारिक समस्या है, उस समस्याओं का समाधान गीता से प्राप्त। हमेशा ये हमारे मन में बुद्धि आती, कोई भी समस्या आती या हमारे जीवन में समस्या आती है, उस समस्याओं को त्याग करके छोड़ के कहीं जाने की विचार नहीं। तो आपका प्रश्न का पीछे बात यह है, कोई मान लो जीवन में समस्या आई, कुछ समस्या हर व्यक्ति के जीवन में आता है, ऐसा नहीं कि केवल स्त्रियों के जीवन में समस्या आती, पुरुषों के जीवन में समस्या आता है। तो समस्या आती है, उन समस्याओं को छोड़ के कहीं और भागने की प्रवृत्ति मन में रहता है। जैसे अर्जुन भी सोच रहा था कि मैं अपनी कर्तव्य को त्याग के मैं भाग जाऊं क्योंकि समस्या है। नहीं, अभी आपको या किसी को भी, कोई भी स्त्री को गीता पढ़ने की आवश्यकता है। कहीं घर परिवार त्याग करके कहीं आश्रम में जाने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। गीता पढ़ेंगे आपको वो शक्ति आती है जिसके द्वारा आप उन समस्याओं का समाधान कर सकते हो, सामना कर सकते हो। ये मत सोचिएगा अगर आप मठ मंदिर में आ जाएंगे या ब्रह्मचारी रूप में रहेंगे या कहीं सन्यासी रूप में रहेंगे, आपको समस्या नहीं होगी, आपको ज्यादा समस्या होगा। घर में तो आपको 4-5 लोगों के साथ रहते हैं, मैं आश्रम में 25-30 लोगों के साथ में रहता हूँ। वो 25-30 लोग जो है वो एक जगह के तो नहीं है, अलग अलग जगह के हैं, अलग अलग विचारधारा वाले हैं। ये मत सोचिए कि मठ में रहने से शांति मिलेगा, ब्रह्मचारी में शांति रहेगी, ये बहुत गलत धारणा है। अगर मैं सच में अपनी बात कहूं, मुझे जब मैं जहाज में था उस समय कोई समस्या नहीं थी, गीता 4-4 घंटा 5-5 घंटा गीता पढ़ता था। मठ में आने के बाद ज्यादा समस्या है। कभी कभी एक माता ने मुझसे पूछा, आप एक जगह चंडीगढ़ गया था, स्वामी जी बहुत बच्चे हैं, आपका तो जीवन बहुत शांति का जीवन है, बहुत शांति का जीवन है, तो मैं परेशान हूँ, अपने जीवन से परेशान हूँ, बच्चे पति पता नहीं क्या है। मैंने कहा कि क्या समस्या है, आप ऐसे कैसे करते, तो हम बड़े शांति से हैं। मैंने कहा आपके कितने बच्चे हैं? वो माता ने कहा मेरे 2 बच्चे हैं। मैंने कहा मेरे आश्रम में 25 बच्चे, मेरे आश्रम में 25 बच्चे। मैंने कहा आपका घर का इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल कितना आता है? मैंने कहा 1500 का 1500 का आता है। मैंने कहा मेरा मंदिर का इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल जो है ना महीने का 80,000 रुपए का है। अभी किसको ज्यादा टेंशन है बताओ? आपका 1500 का टेंशन है, मेरा ज्यादा टेंशन। तो ये मत सोचिएगा कोई अगर ब्रह्मचारी इस्कॉन में आश्रम में आ जाता तो शांति का जीवन है, नहीं, तनाव का जीवन है। कृष्ण के लिए तनाव लेना, ये कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को कहा, तनाव से समस्याओं से भागो मत, उसको सामना करने का शक्ति प्राप्त करो। ये हमारा सिद्धांत है। ये आपका प्रश्न का निराकरण हुआ या आपके मन में कुछ और पूछना है तो पूछिएगा।
जी अभी और ये इसी क्वेश्चन से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन है एक्चुअली, जैसे आपने जो आंसर किया उसको अदरवाइज मत लीजिएगा। ये क्वेश्चन है, मेरे को जाननी है ये चीज कि जैसे टाइम के साथ हर चीज बदलती रहती है,
बराबर,
तो ये चीज में भी तो बदलाव हुआ होगा ना, कि जैसे गर्ल्स को जैसे मानते हैं, लेडीज को मानते हैं कि वो अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट नहीं कर सकती, बट आप जैसे आपने खुद ही मरीन इंजीनियरिंग की पढ़ाई करा है, तो आप लोग 6-6 महीना बाहर रहते हो तो हम लोग खुद ही की रक्षा करते हैं ना।
हाँ
और
हाँ,
ठीक है,
आपकी बात
और
सही है,
और
आपकी बात सही है।
प्रॉब्लम से भाग करके अगर कोई इस मार्ग को अपनाता है तो वो उसके लिए सक्सेसफुल नहीं रहता है, ठीक है। और अगर कोई वाकई में बचपन से या फिर लाइफ में कोई ऐसा इंसिडेंट हुआ जिसकी वजह से वो उसकी तरफ डाइवर्ट हो जाता है अच्छे से, बिना समस्या से भागे, तो फिर उस चीज को फॉलो करना चाहिए ना। और मेरे ख्याल से, मुझे पता नहीं है अभी, बट एग्जाम्पल्स होंगे लेडीज के भी हमारे वैदिक काल के टाइम में भी, जिन्होंने संन्यास ले लिया होगा। और किसी किसी की नीड हो सकती है, सबकी नहीं। कोई अगर प्रॉब्लम से भाग के जा रहा है तो वो तो ऑब्वियसली गलत ही है।
वो एक्सेप्शन जो है वो रूल नहीं हो सकता, इसलिए हम वो
हाँ, एक्सेप्शन यहाँ रियल, मतलब मेरा कहने का मतलब है एक्सेप्शन की बात है। किसी को देख करके जाना या फिर इन्फ्लुएंस हो जाना मीन्स ये चीज सही नहीं है। बट अगर आपकी सोल आपको गाइड करते हैं कि हमें ये करना है, तो मेरे ख्याल से करना चाहिए। क्योंकि हम लोग को माना जाता है ना, गीता में भी तो ऐसा ही लिखा है ना प्रभु जी।
एक मिनट, आप जो बात कह रहे हैं मैं समझ गया, एक्सेप्शन रहता है, लेकिन एक्सेप्शन जो है वो खुद डिसाइड नहीं करता, गुरु जी डिसाइड करते
जी।
एक्सेप्शन डिसाइड, जैसे एग्जांपल डॉक्टर है, वो पेशेंट एक्सेप्शन है करके वो डिसाइड करता है, खुद पेशेंट डिसाइड नहीं कर सकता कि मैं एक्सेप्शन हूँ। ठीक है, तो जैसे जैसे हम आगे आगे के क्लासेस में जाएंगे तो आपको पूरा चित्रण मिलेगा, और धीरे धीरे से और आध्यात्मिक क्षेत्र में आगे बढ़ेंगे तो धीरे धीरे निराकरण हो। हर समस्या का निराकरण एक झटके में नहीं हो सकता। तो और किसी का कोई प्रश्न है? एनीबॉडी हैज सम क्वेश्चंस?
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है
हाँ,
कि प्राणी अपने कर्मों को काट लेता है, परंतु दूसरे के दिए हुए बुरे कर्मों को कैसे काटे? यदि कोई आपके जीवन में बुरे कर्म करता है तो उनको कैसे काटा जाए, उसका उपाय बताइए।
आपने लोगों का कर्मों को काटने का ठेका लेके नहीं रखा। पहली बात, आप अपने बारे में सोचो और दूसरों को कल्याण करने का प्रयास करो। हम प्रयास मात्र कर सकते हैं, हम अपना उद्धार करेंगे और दूसरों को उद्धार करने का प्रयास मात्र करेंगे। उनका उद्धार करने का दायित्व गुरु का है, उनका उद्धार करने का दायित्व भगवान का है। हम उनके निमित्त होके हम उनका उद्धार करने का प्रयास मात्र करते हैं। हम होते कौन है दूसरों को उद्धार करने वाला, दूसरों कर्मों को काटने वाला? खुद अपने कर्मों को काटने की क्षमता अपने पास नहीं है, कर्मों को भुगतना पड़ता है। तो इसलिए दूसरों को उद्धार करने का, उनका कर्मों को काटने का प्रयास मात्र कर सकते हैं। कैसे? उनको कृष्ण के संबंध में, गीता के संबंध में जुड़ने का मौका मात्र देके। अंग्रेजी में कहावत है, यू कैन टेक द हॉर्स टू द रिवर बट नॉट मेक इट ड्रिंक। आप एक घोड़े को नदी तक लेके जा सकते हो, लेकिन उसको पिला नहीं सकते, घोड़ा को खुद को पीना होगा। वैसे ही
मेरे कहने का तात्पर्य यह है कि कुछ प्राणियों की सोच ऐसी होती है कि वे कहते हैं कि ये कर्म जो है, प्राणी खुद के कर्म काट रहा है, उसमें वो ईश्वर को दोषी ठहराते हैं, परंतु वे खुद होते हैं वो दूसरे के लिए बुरा कर रहे होते हैं, वे दूसरे को परेशानियां और कष्ट दे रहे होते हैं। तो मैं उन कर्मों की बात कह रहा हूं कि उनके लिए प्रयास किया गया कि उनको कैसे सुधारा जाए। तो आप बताइए कि अब कैसे
उनका सुधार का एक ही रास्ता है, उनको अज्ञान से दूर करने के लिए गीता का संदेश दे, या उनको प्रचार करने के लिए उनको हरि नाम सुनाए, महाप्रसाद खिलाए, इत्यादि चीजों से। लेकिन बात ऐसा है, उससे हमको परेशान नहीं। व्यक्ति गलत करता है, परेशान करता है दूसरे को अज्ञान की वजह से, और दूसरे का जो अज्ञान है हमारा समस्या नहीं होना चाहिए। हमारा समस्या हमारा ज्ञान है, उनका समस्या उनका ज्ञान है। दूसरों का ज्ञान हमारी समस्या नहीं होना चाहिए। या बहुत ही समस्या आपको मिल रहा है एक व्यक्ति से, उस स्थान से आप दूसरी जगह चले जाओ, या आपके पास ऐसी क्षमता है, लोग हैं, तो उनको दूर करने का उनको दूर करो। तो इसलिए आप ज्यादा, ये क्या है, स्पेसिफिक होता है, एक विशेष प्रसंग के अनुसार होता है, जनरल जो है वो टॉपिक होता है। और किसी कोई प्रश्न? एनीबॉडी हैज एनी क्वेश्चंस? We have 6 more minutes. Any questions? Please do ask.
क्या मैं पूछ लूं प्रश्न?
विकास जी बोलिए, आपको वापस मौका दिया जाए विकास जी का प्रश्न के बाद।
of the major problems we all face today is the constant flow of thoughts.
Yeah.
So, how to control thoughts? मैं काफी मेडिटेशन करता था सुबह शाम सोने के पहले, उससे बहुत अच्छा लगता था मेरे को, थोड़ा सुन के माइंड को रिलैक्स करके. But what is the best way to control your thoughts and emotions?
Yeah, good question. See, control of thoughts is impossible. ये बात ध्यान रखें क्योंकि मन, ऐसे कल उसके विषय में चर्चा किया जाएगा. Mind is a river in which thoughts are flowing. You cannot stop the flow of thoughts, but you can change the thoughts. How you can change the thoughts? By giving good inputs to the mind. There is a saying in English, books are the food for thought. If you read Bhagavad Gita, then you think about Bhagavad Gita. If you hear about Bhagavad Gita, you will think of Bhagavad Gita. If you see something very positive, when you see the beautiful forms of the Lord, you think of the Lord. The problem is, for many lifetimes and lifetimes, we have put scrap in our mind. That is why the mind is thinking of those things which are negative. So you cannot stop thinking. The flow of thoughts cannot be stopped, but can be changed. And that the whole purpose of the Bhagavad Gita course, chanting, meditation, association, is just for this one purpose, to change the flow of thoughts, what we are thinking about. To think about Bhagavad Gita, think about the goal of life. So that comes by association. We just started it. And this thought process which is going on in our mind, which is negative, which is actually making us so depressed, is because of many lifetimes of accumulating all the scrap in our consciousness. So we have made a beginning. So we start. Like today, at least, you heard this Bhagavad Gita. Today we have made a beginning. So today, at least, few of you, all of you, will be thinking about something on Bhagavad Gita. So there will be a small change in the flow of thought, the thought process, what you're having. The more and more you fill your mind with the spiritual substance, then you'll only think about positive thoughts. So this is how we can do. If you try to control the mind, in the sense that stop thinking, it is not possible. Like your car is under control. What does it mean? That means you are driving in the proper direction. It is not that you stop the car. So this is what is answered. We have started our journey where we can start thinking about the filling our thoughts with spirituality.
साधन से कंट्रोल की जा सकती है. साधन, मेडिटेशन और सत्संगति.
First, as you told, control, we should know the meaning of the word control. कंट्रोल का अर्थ क्या है, वो महत्वपूर्ण. हमारे मन में अच्छी बातों को भरना और अच्छे विचारों को विचार करना, वो कंट्रोल मतलब विचारों को त्याग करना नहीं है. वो साधना वगैरह आएगा, आखिरी दिन में डिस्कस करेंगे उसके विषय में. तो अभी और कोई प्रश्न है किसी और का? हमारे पास 2 मिनट है.
Guruji, on the same thought, I mean, yes, the quality of thoughts is very important, but what happens when you go through the day, there are things happening, there are events occurring. So, I mean, when you lie on the bed, you recap the events of the day. So definitely these thoughts will cross your mind. Okay, I should have done this better. I should have said this. So such kind of thoughts, I mean, they take the toll on your body and mind.
Yes, definitely. So for that, we have to get the strength. Where do you get the strength from? To do anything, you require strength. To do anything, you require strength. Especially when you want to channelize your thoughts and then not be affected with the negative thoughts. You require strength. And body, we are working to the body, we are eating food, so we're getting strength by the food to the body. What about the strength of the mind? We are not bothered about having increasing of strength of the mind. The strength of the mind comes from meditation. Like the food gives strength to the body, meditation gives strength to the mind. So what is that meditation? The best form of meditation is to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which we are going to talk at the end of our course. 6th day, we're going to talk elaborately about it, 5th and the 6th day. So please wait up to the day where we'll have a better understanding of our Bhagavad Gita. But since you asked the question now itself, I'm going to end my session today by saying that food for the mind is going to strengthen your mind. Food for the intelligence is going to strengthen your intelligence. Food for the soul is going to strengthen our soul. We are only interested in food for the body. That is a problem. You have mind also, you have intelligence also, you have soul also. So what is the food for the mind, food for the soul, food for the intelligence? As we go by, we're going to discuss. So I request all of you to join tomorrow on time. If you come on time, it will be nice. I know you are in different parts of the world. Very difficult to, but this is the only time which I have available with me morning. So I hope you all had some takeaways from today's session. Very happy that many of you joined, and I find my dear friend Shrikaran has also joined. I expect that you all of you join tomorrow with more of your friends. We'll have more question answers. And स्मिता जी, आपके मन में जितने प्रश्न हैं, बहुत सारे हैं, आपने पहले कहा है, उसका जितना भी निराकरण करने का हम प्रयास करेंगे। 6 दिन की यात्रा हमारी तो शुरुआत हुई आज के दिन, और कल सुबह हम मिलेंगे। We'll meet tomorrow at 6:45 AM sharp. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.